maybe 5 or 6 years, it was affecting my confidence. It was a case that I never wanted to get in any photos. I was quite often the butt of jokes around friends. You know, I used to look back at photos from when I was younger, and it was clear that there was a difference, and that it was receding and going thinner. Different styles of haircut, shorter, longer, so I'd go from one extreme to the other where I'd shave it as short as possible, hoping that you wouldn't really be able to notice. That never worked. I'd then not cut it for 6, 7 or 8 months, hoping that the longer I had it, the more it would cover it up. But once again, you could see the thinness, and you could see where I was going bald on top. Certain shampoos were used, different powders, you know, which you'd see advertised that it makes your hair thicker, but it never made any kind of difference at all. It was through a friend that I got in touch who knew someone who worked for the company. It started off as a bit of a joke that he'd put in a word for me, but I kind of pushed him to actually put in a word because it was something that I was looking into. So I just asked him to find out a price, find out, you know, what the procedure is to really get it done, and it quickly, from that conversation, worked out that it is something that I wanted to get done, you know, just purely from how they was interacting with myself and letting me know, you know, what they could do for me. It was a case that, yeah, I can see that these, you know, that this company are going to look after me and give me the right kind of treatment. Everything was explained to me as clear as possible. Before I flew over, I was sent an itinerary which gave me a breakdown of what we was going to be doing on each day and where we'd be and you know, how long it was going to take and stuff like that. And then, you know, once we flew over, I met Latif at the airport, who just reiterated everything that I'd already been told, gave me a little bit more information, asked me if I had any queries, taught me through all those, and just put me at ease with everything, really. The procedure went a lot better than what I thought it was going to. I thought I was going to be in a lot of pain. It was a case that, you know, that they put the anaesthetic in the head, and literally as soon as they'd done it, I didn't feel a thing. The hospital was clean. It's obviously the first thing that you really look for when you're entering. You know, is this the kind of place where I'd feel comfortable having some kind of transplant? And it was fine. The staff were brilliant. They was all friendly. You know, very professional. So once again, there was no problems with that. As soon as the operation was done, once again I was given painkillers and shampoos that I'd need to use, and a bunch of instructions of when they'd need to be used and whatnot. The painkillers I didn't actually use because, you know, there was no pain. There was a slight bit of swelling, which I was told would be expected, but other than that, it was very simple. Just following the instructions that I was given. I kept in touch with Latif just to give him an update, you know, weekly or monthly or whatever it may have been, to let him know, you know, the results. And if I had any queries, I'd get in touch with Latif and he'd just tell me what I needed to do. In terms of the language barrier, obviously, you know, there wasn't many English-speaking people there, but Latif was on hand at all times just to translate anything that, you know, needed to be translated. Anything that the doctors were advising us, he'd translate it. Even if he was, you know, going out for food, he'd be able to, you know, take my order for me and do everything that I would have needed to have been done. So yeah, in the end, there was no barrier because I had Latif with me at all times. If I was to give any recommendations, it would be to do the correct research, get the correct medical advice. All of that, you know, if you was to speak to MedicoTrips, they can give you all of that advice that you would need. If it's something that, you know, you feel that you can do, then do it. I'd recommend MedicoTrips because from the beginning of the journey through till now, you know, they made me feel at ease. There was very professional. When I flew over, well, even from before I flew over, they let me know exactly what I was going to be doing, why they would be doing it, made everything as easy as they possibly could, and obviously through the results I'm very happy with, and I have no complaints.